Better, faster, cheaper, and greener.
Thank you. Better, faster, cheaper, and greener. And better unit economics and better environmental outcomes.
That's right.
Do you think that that's a little more tricky and it takes a little bit better, careful design like you've alluded to? Or do you think there's another challenge, which is people just don't believe that it's possible? Or maybe both? Or maybe to think about it another way?
It is actually both because of that history with environmental regulation, then there's a lot of business people that just intrinsically don't believe it's possible.
Yeah.
You know, in our company, we've sourced many thousands of companies, you know, relative to doing our diligence. I think not quite 10,000 yet, but like that order of magnitude.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, like I was mentioning, over 80% of the time, those things are actually well aligned.
Okay.
And let me give you a really concrete example. So I mentioned, you know, there's 4 industries that are generating most of the water pollution. One of them is the textile industry, and textile dyeing generates a lot of water pollution. Well, in this case, our triad is basically, the Deep Tech is a new type of textile dyeing machine.
Yeah.
The unit economics, it's 2.5 to 3x better OpEx, which means that if you're not doing it our way, like imagine competing against somebody with 1/3 your cost structure, right? If you're not doing it our way within 10 years, we're putting you fully out of business. This is why I mean, it's like, we don't need to sugarcoat or slow down at all around the success of the business. Like that type of business should actually just win.
Yeah.
But on the environmental economic side, we go down from a textile dyeing station generating, you know, multiple metric tons of wastewater per day to an ounce or two a week.
Yeah.
And I can tell you exactly how that physically happens, but let me tell you like why it's obviously in alignment, right? Like if you look at the cost structure of textile dyeing, one of the major costs is heating up all that water. So if you actually have a system that uses a tiny fraction of the amount of water, and we only use the minimum amount of water that's required to use as a transport vehicle of the dye into the fabric, right? Most textile dyeing shops, there's these huge vats with concentrated dye. Not all that dye is going to end up on fabric. Most of it's going to end up in the river, actually.
Sure.
Right? For us, it's basically every bit of dye is used to go dye the fabric, and the tiniest amount of water is used to go transport that.
Yeah.
Now, given that, you know, the major cost structure for textile dyeing is heating water, if you get rid of all the water, that's where we get the OpEx win from.
Yeah.
So effectively, the unassailable OpEx win is exactly the same thing as the environmental win.